The great divide, the great reset, the great split. No matter what you're calling it, we all feel something big is coming, and some of us have been feeling it for the past few years, and some people even longer. So it sucks to have to wait that long. But we all feel like something is bubbling up to a head, one way or another. And some people think it's the doom and gloom, the end is near. Some people think that the darkness is about to end and the light's about to shine. Either way, no matter how you look at it, we're all viewing it from a particular perspective, right? When it comes to the Great Reset, we're talking about like the Great Reset of like the value of monies, the revaluation of foreign currencies, the activation of the quantum financial system. That's one thing that some people could look at it as. Some people say it as disclosure. We're going to find out about the aliens. We're going to find out about the bad actors that have been keeping society in mental chains or financial chains. There's so many different ways to look at it, but nevertheless, one of the things that I want to keep myself grounded is like, even though I hear all the theories and what to expect and all this type of stuff, I'm keeping my eye out for many different things just so I'm prepared. But at the same time, I'm at the point where I feel like I've grown out of waiting for one particular event, one particular person to come save us. Whether it's like, because like right now people think, and I'm not going there with it. I'm just saying what people have said. Like people are saying that Donald Trump is one of the people that's supposed to usher in the quantum financial system and the Sara Jasara. And if y'all knew what that was, you'd be like, I hope so. Well, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'm like, I don't know. But and then other people think that some Christ or Messiah is going to come back and save us from it. Some people think that, this is going to be orchestrated by the military. Some people think that there's so many theories. You don't know until you know. Like, you really don't. We all have theories. Everybody says something. Everyone has insiders. And a lot of people have been regurgitating the same stories for years and years and years, to the point that said, okay, you said that this was going to happen. Oh, it got delayed. Oh, it got delayed. I'm like, so you're just regurgitating what someone else said. And then when nothing happened on a particular date, you just push it back and move the goalpost. Fine. This is the things that we do when we're speculating out of boredom, just waiting for something grand to happen. But in all honesty, man, even though I do believe in like certain events transpiring one way or another, I'm not putting all my eggs in that basket. I believe that there's more so the great split. I believe that certain people are going to go through the higher timeline and some people are going to hit the lower timeline. You feel me? That's just what I think the split is. Nowadays we have so many people that get so angered and furious and driven to violence so quickly. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, why are you so easily triggered? Why are you so mad? Two people can hear the same words, and one person can just sit there and just stroke their chin, but that's interesting. And the other person's got 8,000 cuss words that they're ready to call you, and they're ready to yell at you and start a fight. Which timeline do you think each person is going to? That's what I think the great split is. Now, of course, you can be in the higher and lower timeline in your own unique life, your own perspective. That's the microcosm, the small picture. What we're talking about, the great split, is the rising and falling of different timelines, or people joining one particular stream of energy or consciousness in the macrocosm, the big picture. Instead of you, the little human, we're talking about the collective moving to a higher timeline or to a lower timeline. That's the difference between going to a utopia versus a dystopian future, So that's just kind of what I think about it. I do believe in certain events. I am looking forward to certain events. The crash of the dollar, the blackouts, the public, I won't say executions. I don't want to watch that. But the public, ousting these bad actors. I can't think of the right word right now. But nevertheless, like the bad actors have been holding this back, and like put them on screen, have them admitting to their crimes against humanity. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna make sure that I just keep my ticket to the higher timeline in my pocket, because hey, like I said, I feel like we're already seeing it. Sometimes I already feel like we've gone through the split already. Like I said, the hyper negative, the drama-based people, the fear-based people, you're going to live in a lower timeline. When you hear certain things about the financial situation, the banks, when you hear things about new laws being passed, the way that your algorithms are tailored to your mind, it's like, is that negative, fight, anger? Or are you watching stuff that's productive? Are you watching stuff that's helpful? When you hear bad news, you see opportunity. These are just the things that I'm presenting to y'all. I'm just yapping, but I don't know. I think I got a little bit of credence here too. Let me know what y'all think. Till the next one.